Dragon Ball Superhero. That name, bro. It's super close. I'm being super serious. I can't believe how super close this new Super movie actually is to Super. I'm gonna shut up. But no, it is. It's only a month and a half out from the Japan release. I know that's crazy. A lot of people, when I mentioned this on Twitter, were like, huh? It's coming out this soon? Yes, somehow it is. And we know almost nothing. So let's talk about it. What we know for Dragon Ball Superhero right now. It's releasing in Japan on April 22nd of this year, 2022. And they have officially said that it is going to release during the summer for an international release. Next up, the actual plot points that we know. Gohan and Piccolo are going to be the main characters of this. Goku and Vegeta are obviously going to be in this film, but they are not going to be the main focus, at least from what we've seen so far. And I hope it stays that way. I think Gohan and Piccolo, they deserve to be the MCs of this new movie, especially given the fact that they basically weren't in Broly like at all. Piccolo was there for like fusion dance and Gohan really wasn't there at all. Broly is in this movie. Broly is officially in this movie. When we had the first teaser trailer, we saw like a literal millisecond. I don't even know if it was that much of him in the sort of smoke. And everyone's like, yeah, that's Broly. Well, now we've had an actual close-up of his face. Broly's in this movie. And potentially, not confirmed, but it looks like he's actually training with Beerus, so that might be pretty dope. Piccolo has presumably gained a new form, a sort of potential unleashed or ultimate form for Piccolo, similar to that of Gohan's ultimate form, and I think it actually looks pretty sick. Dr. Hito is a new character that is working with the Red Ribbon Army that has created Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, that for right now are our sort of main like villains of the story, but we know that they're not because in the most recent trailer, we actually got sort of a small glimpse at some big machine that is obviously housing a villain that they haven't revealed yet. And the last sort of main plot point and the sort of driving force behind Gohan and Piccolo being the main characters of this is that the Red Ribbon Army have kidnapped Pan. We've actually seen that very blatantly in a couple of trailers now, and that's sort of what is driving Gohan to go to the Red Ribbon Army and fight them and everything else. And that's pretty much it. I think total footage of this film that we've seen is probably barely over 60 seconds. Like it's nuts. Now, one of my favorite things to do on this channel is to speculate and theorize and have fun with that, especially since we are a primarily Dragon Ball gaming channel, and obviously everything that happens in this film we're going to get via Xenoverse 2, Fighters, Dokkan Battle, Legends, all of it. Which also, on the flip side of that, it does suck that this movie is releasing in Japan first, because if you care about spoilers but you play literally any of these games, you're going to be spoiled. Even if they don't reveal in a trailer who the main sort of villain of the movie is, if you play the games, you're gonna know. Dokkan Legends specifically probably already has all these new characters, new forms for probably Piccolo, Gohan, ready to go and drop as new characters to be summoned for. You're gonna get spoiled, and that sucks. I really don't get why in 2022 we have to have separate release dates. Like, why can't it just all be on the same day? But we don't know yet. They haven't revealed it yet. During Dragon Ball Super Broly's build up to release, they kept a lot close to the chest, right? Like the first sort of trailer, we didn't even know it was Broly. A lot of people speculated it was Yamoshi, and then ended up being Broly. Then we get this Gogeta trailer like 3-4 weeks out from the actual release in Japan with a big poster with Gogeta Blue on it, and it's like, oh, okay, you revealed almost nothing, and now here's this. Like, cool. So I really hope that they don't do the same thing. Like, there's a nice, fun way to tease of who might be in the film without actually just giving it all away. No Way Home is a great example. We never actually got a true reveal. I guess No Way Home spoilers, if you actually care, most minimal spoilers ever. They showed off the villains from the past films, so it obviously makes sense for the Spider-Man that went with that to be in the film too, but they never actually just straight up showed off Toby and Andrew. And it was kind of a brilliant way to market it. And obviously everyone went to the film expecting them to eventually be in it at some point. It was a really dope thing to not have that spoiled through the trailers, but a very obvious one that they were in there. They can do the same thing with this, where they don't just blatantly show us Cell or Android 21 or the new villain, but they sort of give like those hints. And I think they maybe have given us some, which I'm about to talk about. But first off, who do you want the main villain to be? Do you want them to bring someone back? Do you want the Red Ribbon Army to create a whole new android, a whole new whatever? Let me know. I'm so curious as to what you all want to see the main villain of Dragon Ball Superhero be right now in the comment section. So first up, the big theory is Android 21. She has a couple of backstories. If you've ever played the Fighters story, which is it's not really good. I'm sorry, the Fighters story mode was pretty meh, but that's okay because Fighters as a game is just fantastic. They didn't even really need a story mode to begin with. But 21, she's really cool, and they could sort of take the approach that she is the sort of new evolved bio android being that is superior to Cell in every way, and that is who is in that sort of big pod machine thing at the end of that most recent trailer that we received. And I think a lot of people would be pretty happy with that. I think 21 is someone that a lot of people would love to see be brought into the proper Dragon Ball canon. Again, as someone who primarily plays the games, it kind of is what it is. I don't really care whether something's canon or not. I want them in my games when I have fun with them and all of that. But to see 21 be brought in and actually be part of the proper canon in Dragon Ball, that'd be pretty dope. And I feel like they could do a lot with it, and they could make her super powerful, super evil, and just do a lot of stuff with that. And then I'm sure at the end of the film, she becomes friends with everybody. But yes, I think they could do some really cool stuff and have her go into her sort of like transformed Boo android state. It would just be cool. Like, it'd be really, really cool to see 21 be brought to life in Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Now, for me personally, I know this is like the really common thing in Hollywood right now, is to pull on all our nostalgia strings, but to bring Cell back, I think makes the most sense. I think it's why they are sort of including Gohan as being the main character. I think it's why the Red Ribbon Army kidnapped Pan, is because they're literally doing that to force a fight between Gohan and Dr. Hito's new creation, recreating Cell. Now, the thing that would suck and be, I don't know, you can let me know how you feel what I'm about to say here, but likely the Cell that we knew in Z, it would not be the same Cell because Gohan did sort of eradicate him, right? Like, there was no like portion of him left or who came back. So this Cell could have, I guess, probably memories of that fight with Gohan, but would not actually be the same Cell that we fought in Dragon Ball Z. But I think that Cell makes the most logical sense, because why would the Red Ribbon Army kidnap Pan, Gohan's daughter, if they weren't probably trying to force this fight, sort of reunion between Cell and Gohan? So I think that that is why Cell makes the most sense to me personally. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily want them to keep bringing back these villains. I don't really know the answer to that, but I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that I wouldn't be excited sitting in that theater to watch Gohan have this new ultimate form versus this brought back to life new iteration of Cell that has all these new powers from all the new villains and all the new warriors that we've been introduced to. Like, imagine if somehow this Dr. Hito was able to grab cells from all the fighters from the Tournament of Power. You know, it's just like this new crazy powerful version of Cell that's all new form, looks a little different. I don't know. I think that could be cool if done right. I think that could be cool, and not so much a nostalgia pull, but actually breath of fresh air while still paying homage to those that love Dragon Ball Z. And of course, it could not be 21. It could not be Cell. It could be a totally new creation from the Red Ribbon Army, given the fact that we have seen Gamma 1 and 2, who are something totally new as well. I'm still like, I just keep coming back to Cell because I'm like, Cell could come out in sort of a first form, absorb Gamma 1, absorb Gamma 2 to become perfect. Like, it just all seems too familiar, okay? Like, we literally have been shown two androids, some sort of massive machine that Dr. Hito's is, you know, housing some sort of final boss in. And we know there's two other androids there that this new thing that can come out and absorb. It feels a lot like a saga that we've been through. That's all I'm trying to say. But it could be someone totally new, right? Obviously, with the introduction of Gamma 1 and 2, and we've, you know, been introduced to several new villains and several new characters through the Dragon Ball Super manga as well that are actually very interesting. Like, they could easily introduce us to a totally new villain, forget Cell, and I would be happy with that too. Like, as long as it's just a good movie, I don't really care. I just want it to be a fun experience and a good movie. And the thing that I was worried about initially is that was going to be pure slice of life, and they've proved that it's not going to be. This most recent trailer actually got me very excited for this film. As someone who loved Gohan growing up, as a kid watching the Gohan vs. Cell fight, that was always one of my favorite fights, if not my favorite fight from all of Z. So that's why I'm saying I'd be lying if I told you in a movie rewatching a Gohan v Cell massive Kamehameha back and forth thing, bro. Yeah, I'd probably be screaming. You wouldn't want me in your theater. I'd probably be screaming at that. I'll just be honest. Now, all this villain talk, I'm going to talk one final thing. So we know Piccolo has this new form, right? He looks really cool. I want Gohan to have a new form. Now, I don't necessarily want Gohan. I do think Super Saiyan God Gohan could look really sick. I'm just going to be 100 with you. I think that would look cool. Not Super Saiyan Blue. A red-haired Super Saiyan God Gohan would look cool. But I actually personally want to see Gohan go a different route. I don't really want to see Ultra Instinct Gohan. I don't want to see any of that. I kind of want to see him get like, I wouldn't mind seeing him get like white hair, just like a sort of notch up on his sort of mystic ultimate form. I think that could be really, really cool. So I'm in the boat. I want to see Gohan get a new form, but I want him to be like something super unique. You know, Gohan has always been the sort of like prodigy, like Saiyan warrior. He surpassed Vegeta, he surpassed Goku. So to see him get this new form that is potentially stronger than anything we've seen, you know, from Goku or Vegeta thus far would be really cool. So let me know down below, do you want to see Super Saiyan Blue Gohan? Do you want to see Ultra Instinct Gohan? Or do you want to see Gohan achieve like this ultimate form, right? Like a true new Mystic Gohan. Just like, I don't know, man. That's what I really, really want to see happen. And I think modern day Dragon Ball is super obsessed with new forms. I know a lot of you that are kind of tired of seeing them pull out a bunch of new forms, but I think it's inevitable that we see Gohan achieve some sort of new form, and them taking Pan and being the sort of driving force to Gohan needing to surpass his current limits to probably save her and fight whoever this final boss is. That's sort of the thing that is required for Gohan to achieve that new level, right? Because Gohan doesn't care about that. That's Goku and Vegeta's thing, to go and find new forms and surpass their limits and all of that. Gohan wants to be a good dad, a scholar, all this stuff. Like, he doesn't care about the fighting. But you take his daughter and he's probably gonna beat your ass. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like they've given him a good driving motivation to achieve some new form. And right now in this film, Gohan stands can finally stand up, and it is time to see him get a new form and actually be excited and have a redeeming, I say redeeming sort of moment with Gohan, because again, I feel like if you're a real Gohan fan, you could just accept the fact that that's where they wanted to take his character, and they left the fighting and stuff to Goku and Vegeta. So anywho, I think it's gonna be a breath of fresh air though, just to see Gohan and Piccolo in that MC spot, giving Goku and Vegeta maybe a break and putting them on the sort of like back burner for a little bit, and seeing Piccolo get a new form, potentially Gohan getting a new form, and seeing an either new villain or a revamped Cell. I think it's gonna be really fun. So let me know down below thoughts on Gohan new form, thoughts on the villain. But that's it for me. Y'all have a great day. Keep on keeping on. I'm excited for Superhero. Wish it was releasing here sooner. Y'all know we're gonna be covering it here either way, because it's gonna be in these games and it's literally inevitable. So see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.